Hey guys, it's Tori and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited because today I am going to be doing the beginning of my 12 days of tutorials and I'm so excited. I am so determined to get my 12 days of tutorials up. Vlogmas was a flop because let's be honest, I have such a boring life. The vlogs just aren't fun. Like, it's not that I have a boring life, but I spend most of my day by myself and most people don't want to sit there and watch me talk to myself all day. Like, no one really wants that. But today I wanted to use the Karity Cosmetics palette in Nudes and Rhodes. And I have seen Karity Cosmetics all over social media except for YouTube. No one on YouTube that I watch has talked about it. I did do some research on YouTube. I looked up some reviews and there were a few, but none of them were like crazy, like, oh my gosh, this brand's amazing. And none of the YouTubers that have like a very significant amount of subscribers has talked about this brand. So that's what really brought me into it, and that's what made me decide to finally buy it. And then a girl actually asked me if I'd tried it, and I was like, I haven't, and I recommended something I had tried, but now I've tried it. And you'll see kind of what I think as we watch the video. I gotta say, I'm less than impressed with it. Today's video, I wanted my 12 days of tutorials to be like tutorials that you guys could actually, you know, use and like and recreate, but this kind of was like a first impressions tutorial day and I wasn't really impressed with my first impression. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking and we'll go ahead and get on into the video, and I just want to welcome you guys once again to the 12 days of tutorials, and I will talk to all of you in a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this tutorial, and quite honestly, this is just kind of me using this particular palette for the first time and kind of a first impressions versus like how I'm gonna like it. So I've already applied down a MAC 24-hour Extend Eye Base primer and I've done my brows. So I like to go in with another base. I love to use cream color bases. Lately I've just been using Soft Ochre Paint Pot from MAC. A lot of the times I would use like Color Tattoo liner, or Color Tattoo, not liner, but Color Tattoos from Maybelline. And I just like to apply that right over the lid space, especially with if it's like a color base, like a black or a brown or even a shimmery shade. I want to just put it on the lid space, but since this one's kind of skin toned, I will use it a little bit farther up on my eye. My personal preference to apply these is with my ring finger. I don't have super long dagger nails like a lot of people do. Sorry if you have really long nails. This might be a little bit difficult to use your finger. I'm just saying, I had long nails for a hot minute, which I hated, by the way. I don't like having long nails, but when I did have long nails, I could not apply things this way. Karity Cosmetics palette. This is the Nudes and Rhodes palette, which I'm probably going to say at the beginning of the video. One thing that's kind of annoying if you're a tutorial person, there's no mirror. But I am going to hop right into this palette. I don't know what I'm doing yet at all. I'm just kind of going with it. So I think I'm going to start with the shade Soul. It looks like it's kind of a satin finish and not really a matte finish, but it looks like the most transition light color for what I want to do today, which is a big, I have no idea because I really don't know what I want to do today. Just kind of winging it. So I'm using this fluffy brush. This is a Morphe brush. This is the Morphe 502, and I'm very messy when I first do my transition shade most of the time, and I just kind of apply it haphazardly onto my eye, if I'm being honest. I mean, obviously I have control and, you know, I'm not using a heavy hand. I like to use a light hand. Most of the time with most of my makeup looks, it just seems to work better for me. So far, this color is decently pigmented. It's about as pigmented as I expected it to be, which is nice. I think I'm just gonna grab the shade Cargo, which is kind of a greenish shade, but I have a feeling once it gets on the lid, it's not going to look green. I feel like it's gonna end up looking a little bit not green at all. So I'm just using a Morphe M533 brush, no, M433 brush, sorry, and I'm applying it, and I was kind of right. It is losing that greenish appeal to it, and it's turning more of a, I mean, I can still see the green, but I feel like especially as the day goes on, it's gonna get very gray, which happens quite easily with green shadows, I feel like. Now I think I want to grab that green shade again. I'm just gonna keep going with that green, and I'm going to pack it right into this outer portion of my eye. What I wanna do is I wanna use the color Glitz and the color Riches. And I'm gonna grab the color Riches first, and then I'm gonna work up to the color Glitz. So we're gonna take Riches and we're gonna just kind of start towards where that green shade was and apply it over the top of that just a little bit. So far, this brush is not applying this color very well. So we're gonna grab a different brush. This is one from MAC, and it's an M242. It's so hard nowadays too, because so many brands come out with such stellar eyeshadows that it's hard to get one that lives up. Like, so far I'm not really... The pigmentation's okay, but I have so many better gold eyeshadows than this. So many better ones. I'm gonna apply that on the inner portion. When I'm applying this, what I'm seeing is very, very chalky. Like, super chalky, ooh, crap. Chalky eyeshadow. It looks really messy coming on. It's got a lot of fallout in the pan, and it's just not very vibrant or intense at all. Like, nothing about it is vibrant or intense. It's very plain and basic, which I like to be very standout-ish. I like to stand out and look crazy. I'm gonna grab the black from the palette, and it's just, oh shit, it's in the shade Abyss. I think I got way too much. And I'm gonna try to deepen up the outer corner with it. And see if that gives me a little bit more love. Holy crap! Okay, it blended out. After a lot of hard work, it blended out. So first of all, that green shade that I used is like completely gone, and I barely blended on it, like barely blended on it at all, and it's just gone. I don't know, man. I don't know why these shades just, they're so lackluster for me. Like, I feel like okay, all right, I'm gonna keep going. Just because I don't like these particular colors, and there's so much fallout, by the way, so much fallout on the pans. Not impressed at all right now. And that's funny because I usually am pretty decently impressed with eyeshadow, but I'm gonna go back in with that first color I used in my crease Soul, and I'm gonna run that along my lower lash line. Here's the thing, the color selection with this brand is so pretty. And the other day, can't find my brush. The other day when I was doing a look, I'm gonna use that black again, and I'm just gonna line my under, like, lower lash line. But the other day when I was using the smoky palette, I used the yellow shade, and it was just gone. Like, no matter what I did to my eye, it was just gone. Like, I kept trying and trying, and by the end of the, like, video, it just didn't stay. It didn't keep its, like, color pigment. I'm gonna take the shade Siren, which is just like a white bone color. And I'm gonna put that on my brow bone on both sides. I'm just gonna take that same shade, Siren, I'm gonna put that in my inner corner. So now I'm gonna put this palette aside and I'm gonna apply my winged liner. I was gonna do fake lashes with this, but I think I'm going to end up taking it off. So I'm gonna go ahead really quickly and line my other eye and do my waterline and throw on some mascara, and I'll be right back. I went ahead and just finished up my face makeup, and I finished up the eyes with my mascara and all of that good stuff if you want to know what. So I just used my face routine, which is pretty much what I did in the video, my recent foundation routine. So if you want to see kind of like what I used for my cheeks and all of that, I will link that. I used the, wow, my brain is off now. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood highlighter, and I used the Unique Opulence lipstick, I think is what these are called, in Upper Class, which is a really pretty color. I love the Unique lipsticks, by the way. If you guys haven't checked out Unique lipsticks, you really should, because they're really nice. But so far, what I can say about this palette is, I don't know. I want to keep using it because maybe I just literally picked like the worst shades in the palette. Maybe that was what I was doing wrong. I don't know. I just picked the shades that I would normally gravitate towards, especially with like a nude palette. When I'm trying out a neutrals or a nudes palette or whatever, I'm always going to go for the same kind of shades. Like I love the golds, and you know, the dark shades are always fun, but like that green shade, like just look at it, it's gone. And I know some people, you know what, for some people this is amazing and they probably love this palette, and I read so many reviews on the website about how amazing these palettes were and how they were their favorite palette and they couldn't live without it. And you know what, I just realized we were zoomed in so close to my face, yikes. So basically, I don't know, I don't think I would purchase any more Karity Cosmetics eyeshadows, but that's just me. I don't know about you guys. If you've tried Karity Cosmetics, let me know what you think in the comments. My personal opinion right now isn't very highly of them, and I feel so bad saying that because I don't like to hate makeup. I don't like to give bad reviews on makeup, and not because like I'm trying to like suck up to the companies or anything, because that's totally not what I'm doing. I just usually really like things. I try to find the great parts of these, and I mean, it's nice if you're somebody who likes subtle eyeshadow and doesn't care about pigmentation all that much, then this might be like the palette for you. But for me, I love pigmentation, and I feel like the price point on these, which I don't remember what it is, quite honestly. Let me just look really quick. Karity Cosmetics. Let me pull them up here. I'm just going to put it on the screen what I'm doing. This is the website that I'm going to. So let me find where the palettes are. Probably... Okay, the Nudes and Rhodes palette is $29, and I'm gonna have it on the screen here so you can see exactly what I'm looking at. But it's $29, and it says it consists of 21 highly pigmented shades and 6 finishes to put together a masterpiece with endless looks. Okay, so when I read this, when I read highly pigmented shades, I was thinking, oh my gosh, you know, these shades have to be incredible, but they just weren't what I thought they were. I feel like it's very misleading, especially when I go down to the reviews, like this review that's like, don't tell the cheeseburger. I read that and I put that on Snapchat because I was like, okay. And everything says great quality. And then there's people that are like, I don't hate it. Okay, yeah, I agree with this one. Andrea B, who said, don't get me wrong, the color comes off pretty nice on my fingers, but I don't use my fingers to apply my makeup. You can build a color, which is nice because you get your desired shade, but it might take a minute. See, I agree with that. I pretty much don't see why so many people like, I guess I don't see where the oh my gosh, amazing, totally great is coming from. I don't know, I don't see it. And that's really sad because I read these reviews and I was like, wow, this palette is gonna be amazing, it's gonna be high quality, I'm so excited. And then I got it, I put it on, and I was like, it's okay. And I hate doing that. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think if you've tried Karity Cosmetics. Maybe this is why no one's really talking about it, because I saw it all over the place. Like, I saw it on Instagram, Facebook. I don't think I saw it on Twitter, but I did see it on Instagram and Facebook, and I was like, okay, I keep seeing this everywhere, I need to just try it. And I think that's what gets you, you know, they like throw their advertisements everywhere, so then you try it out. And I'm not impressed with it right now, but I don't know, maybe it's better than I think. I could be wrong. I need to play around with the smoky palette and maybe see if that one's a little better, but the pigmentation for me is just so bad, and the blendability wasn't the greatest. I mean, the black did blend out, and I had quite a bit of black on there, and it blended out really nicely, but even just sitting here, I feel like it's fading away. I don't know, like, but it's nice, like, it is pretty, it's subtle, and it's not my usual typical in-your-face eyeshadow, like my most daily use eyeshadows are. And maybe that's where my problem is I'm just like not seeing that bam, beautiful pigmentation that I've gotten so used to with like my Morphe and my Huda Beauty and, you know, Kat Von D, those shadows that I love. Makeup Geek has amazing pigmentation. Even ColourPop's pigmentation is so good. So I feel like that's where I'm kind of leaning far away from it. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I want to try to use this palette some more and maybe make another video in the future with this palette or with the smoky palette, or if you're interested, do like an update video on what I'm thinking about it later. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for joining day 1 of 12 days of tutorials, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Bye guys.
Why? Don't be mad cause I'm doing me better than you doing you. Don't be mad cause I'm doing me better than you doing you. Don't be mad cause I'm doing me better than you doing you. Better than you doing you. Fuck it, what you gonna